Hello my earthy people, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerard the Watt, owner and creator of Earth's Curious Goods. And today I'm just going to go over a quick video on how to cleanse your crystals, how to prepare them before you actually wear them and use them in your magical work. A lot of people, I'll see a lot of people will just buy their crystals and just start working with them. You got to remember that these crystals have been mined, have been taken from the earth itself, from its homes, have passed from hands to hands, and sometimes it hasn't been in the great environment before it got to you. And I just want to give you an example. So I just got a shipment of quartz crystals, and I'll be selling crystals on my website soon. Of course, www.earthscuriousgoods.com, and in there you'll see like crystals and other magical items. But with these crystals, when I get them, I just want to show you guys the process. First, you're going to want to wash them, and this is just an example. This quartz crystals. Many crystals, of course. If you've seen some of my prior videos, you know that there are a lot of crystals. But in these in particular, with these quartz crystals, first you want to wash them. If you can do it with distilled water or rainwater, all the better. It has less impurities inside of it. And just run them under water, and then grab a bowl, put some sea salt in them. In the bowl, fill it with, of course, distilled water or rainwater, and let the crystals set there. Now for me, I'll let them set in there for about 3 days before taking them out and so forth, and that's to cleanse it and clear it of any kind of bad vibes that it's had before or any kind of previous energies. Then after that, you're going to want to get your hands on what's called a smudge stick, and usually it's a bundle of white sage, almost it's like a little bundle, round, and it's wrapped with twine, and you would just burn one end of it, and that's called a smudge stick. And that smoke, the sage smoke that's coming off from it, cleanses everything that it touches, and you can use it for many different things, not just for cleansing of crystals. You can do it for purification of home, clearing out negativity, clearing out energies. Maybe you're having some bad vibes, or maybe some spiritual activities that maybe you just want to clear it all out. I highly recommend white sage smudge sticks. It does wonders. But I'm old school, so I have sage from my garden actually, and it's loose herbs, because you can use smudge sticks or you can use loose herbs. And with loose herbs though, they're a little bit more difficult, obviously, because it's not a stick and you just don't set it on fire. For me, I purchased what's called charcoal disc, and then I'll take the loose herbs and I'll sprinkle it on the charcoal disc, and the smoke rises, and then I'll use that smoke to cleanse the crystals. But after all that cleansing, I take it another step further, and so I just don't take the crystals and start selling them on the side right after that. I actually go a step further and leave it for the full moon. When there's a full moon, I let the light of the full moon hit the crystals and let the crystals soak up that energy. And then I will also still leave them there and let it soak up the sunlight, so it gets sun energy as well. And that just helps out, so that way when anyone that purchases these crystals, magic use, or my new agers, my witches out there, it's less steps that you have to go through. Now of course I still recommend that you put your own intentions in there. You got to want to program it and so forth, and make sure that the crystal is for your workings. But as far as cleansing and empowering and enchanting these crystals, those steps have already done, so you're not just buying a raw crystal and you're gonna have to start from square one. You don't need to. Also, I also go another step further, and a good example, hopefully you guys can see this. Oops, let me adjust this. Camera malfunction. So right here is the quartz crystals, and it's a citrine crystal cluster. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know that citrine gets rid of negativity, doesn't hold any negativity, and cleanses all that it touches. And so of course I leave the quartz crystals onto the cluster, and I I like to give the term leaving the nest vibe. When the crystals give off that type of vibe that they're okay with not being part of the cluster anymore or being part of the citrine, then I'll separate them and sell them. But yes, just another step forward, and you don't have to do the citrine part. That's just something I do in my practice. Some witches don't even use any of the methods that I just went over. I know a few witches where they'll just take the crystal and they'll put it with a potted plant and ground the energy that way, and then using salt water and so forth. But so many different methods. But if you want to try out my method, I highly recommend it. I've been doing it for years. Works wonders. As you can tell from my previous videos, I do have my own collection of crystals that have worked with me really well. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, just comment underneath the video. I'll be sure to answer them. And like always, like or subscribe for my channel. Till then, blessed be.